Are you brand new to cybersecurity or just starting out? Maybe you've been trying to learn cybersecurity, but you're stuck on what to do next, or you're getting spread so thin and you're just confused. So often, many people get stuck with these roadblocks that really kills any and all momentum that they've been building on their career into cybersecurity journey. Today, I will share a secret that I hesitate to share publicly, but it's too good not to share. I know it won't only change how you think about cybersecurity, but it'll also change how you learn and how you approach the industry. Now, with various AIs coming out like ChatGPT, Midjourney, Dolly, I'm sure you've heard about them. They're all over the place. I often get the question, how is AI going to affect cybersecurity? And while there are many answers that I have to that question, depending on what level you're talking about, what dimension, what industry, etc. I want to actually spend this whole video talking about how you can use AI to accelerate your career in cybersecurity further, faster. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn how we can take these powerful tools and just dominate breaking into cybersecurity. Let's go. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is get our ChatGPT going up. So here I've got ChatGPT 4 up. I do pay for it, but you can use it for absolutely free. The link is chat.openai.com. It's very powerful. I love it. I think it's great, but you got to be careful. So let's see what we can do with it. One of the biggest problems is learning a new skill. I want to talk to you about ChatGPT and how you can leverage it to help you pivot into the next stage of your career. So let's start off like you're brand new to the industry, right? Oh, I heard about cybersecurity. I saw this guy, Jerry, talking about it. It seems cool. I don't know where to start. Well, here we go. We got ChatGPT. Let's see what we got. So the first thing I want to type in here, so I'm trying to learn cybersecurity. Could you tell me the type of jobs that is in cybersecurity? One thing you got to remember about these ChatGPT and AI training models is that you kind of have to give it a prompt. Like, so you're telling it, I am new to cybersecurity, so it knows how to answer in a perspective that makes sense. Okay, so let's see what it says. So first of all, you see security analyst and security engineer. This is something that's super generic in the industry, and it's important for everyone to understand this. Typically, the term analyst is associated with someone that doesn't necessarily do hands-on keyboard, super technical work. So think of like GRC analysts, right? Or people who are reading reports like a threat intel analyst, right? It's not necessarily all GRC. There's different forms of analysts, but that's typically what you should think about when you're thinking analyst. You're interfacing with other people and doing kind of business things. Now, the next one says engineer. You could be a firewall engineer, a detection engineer. I mean, those are two wildly different roles, but typically engineer is somebody hands-on keyboard, either configuring, manipulating, implementing, doing something with technology, right? So think much more of an engineer, frankly. That's what it's called. And I didn't even read the definitions here, but you can see it says responsible for monitoring and analyzing org's posture. So here's another thing. You can hear the term Security Operations Center Analyst, SOC Analyst. Now, those analysts are using hands-on keyboard. They are interacting with SIMs and MDMs and MDRs, or not MDRs, EDRs, all these other tools that you talk about, but they're still reading and digesting information and making analytical decisions about what it is. A security engineer, right? They might be writing the detection rules that fire off that the SOC analysts actually consume. So a little bit of a distinction, and you'll see it, cybersecurity analyst, infosec analyst, security analyst, risk analyst, SOC analyst. Just the word analyst and engineer is really what I want you to pick out of here, okay? Now, pen tester, this is commonly known. These are the people who get paid to break into, applications, businesses, bug bounty, all that. Very well known. Security consultant. Now, this is actually an entry-level area, despite what you might think. A lot of the big professional services firms, think of like Booz Allen, Accenture, KPMG, Capgemini, there's a million of them, right? Look for government contracting. They hire people that are basically consultants. They get hired to come in and do some work. Those organizations are actually pretty good to start your career in because they have well-defined SOPs. They have kind of pyramid structured teams. So it's like someone who's been there a long time, a couple of people who have been there a little while, and then brand new people down here. And they're just, following the process. So that's what that is. They have incident responder. These are people who are actually dealing with incidents. So this is good. Architect, definitely not an entry-level role. I don't remember if we asked ChatGPT. And you can read the others here, but you could see that ChatGPT just gave me 12 different roles that can be done in the industry. So when someone says, Jerry, I want to work in cybersecurity, but the next question I typically ask is, well, what do you want to do? I don't know. What can I do? This is a list of 12 different roles and really explains what they are. So that's a great way to answer that question for yourself. All right. This is a good high level overview, but let's take it one step further, right? And get a little bit more into it. So let's actually say, if I was starting out in the industry, what are some entry level positions in cybersecurity that I could study to get me into the job the fastest? We want to go from where we are to being hired. So let's ask ChatGPT what roles we can do that would help us get the job the fastest. All right. So it says here, if you're looking to get in quickly, which many of us are, right? A security analyst, junior security analyst, right? Security admin, IT support specialist. This is all good. Network admin. So you can see here that they're actually covering a lot of IT roles, right? IT support specialist, network admin, which by definition will get you into cyber faster, but you'll have to do these IT roles for some period of time, right? So it's not necessarily the quickest, like 0 to cyber job the fastest. SOC analyst is an excellent entry-level role, I guarantee you. And then obviously security intern or trainee. I do advise people to try to get internships and stuff like that, so that will help you get that on-the-job experience that's so popular and in demand. I think ChatGPT right now is just saying like, oh, these are more junior-level roles that require less years of experience. They also go into say certifications that might be valuable. I do want to point out Sec Plus is a good example. Net Plus is good. CCNA, I would argue this is one of these times that ChatGPT is confidently saying something, but it doesn't really know. CCNA, in my opinion, used to be valuable for cybersecurity jobs, but it's not anymore. Now it says CCNA security, so I don't know if they actually have a security designation now, but it used to be back in the day that CCNA was all the rage and you had to get it, and I got it and it was dumb for a cyber practitioner. It really is only good if you're like a network engineer in a Cisco environment, right? Could you give me more information? ? And give me links to where I can learn about this. Can you also give me a reading material and video material for it as well? Okay, so let's see what it says. ChatGPT is very nice. It says, sure. There are various resources available online that can help you learn more about cybersecurity and prepare for entry-level positions. Here are some websites. Cybrary, this is a learning platform. Okay, Coursera, another learning platform. edX is a learning platform. There's a fantastic economics of cybersecurity free course on edX. I took it like 4 years ago. It was awesome. SAN Cyber Aces, this is free also. I actually advise people to go here. If you don't understand networking or operating systems, SAN Cyber Aces will definitely get you in a good place. So this is really good material. I noticed there's an absence of YouTube Simply Cyber, but we'll just push that to the side. Some other reading materials, Basics of Hacking and Pen Testing by Patrick Engerbretson. That's awesome. Just a shout out to Pat Engerbretson. He is the dean over at Dakota State University. Go Trojans, and a wonderful guy. I love Pat. I can't wait to forward this video to him. They give you CISP for Dummies, CompTIA, Sec Plus, all in one. Now, I will say again, you got to be careful with these AI things. This is a perfect example. CISP is a certification that's fantastic, but it takes 5 years of experience before you're allowed to take it. So if you're reading CISP for Dummies, I suppose it can help you from an entry-level perspective, but you're not going to be able to sit for that exam. Professor Messer, so they're doing some certification training here, which is good. This Professor Messer is excellent. Lots of people have said good things about him, and a YouTube channel. Again, it's not Simply Cybers. Okay, so this is good, but now let's say like you want to get into the SOC. Like let's actually take like a security operations center analyst role. Let's say I want to be a SOC analyst. Where would you recommend I start? And my time is limited because I have kids and I want to break into the industry the fastest, right? So we're really qualifying our particular use case. And that's something you should totally do with ChatGPT. How would you optimize this if I had a couple of hours a day to study? How much time should I spend on each thing? So you're asking it not just what to study, but also a learning plan to do it. So let's see what ChatGPT says. That's a good point. First few weeks, 2 to 4 weeks. See, I love it. It's given us like an actual schedule to work on. Focus on the basics, networking and operating systems and basic security concepts. This is 100% accurate, right? Security Plus is kind of that basic security concepts. Professor Messer can help you with that. Oh, look, they actually got Professor Messer right here. I didn't see that. Deepen your knowledge. After grasping the basics, spend 2 to 3 months diving deeper into cyber topics. allocate 1.5 to 2 hours per day. And they give you some examples here: security monitoring, IR, threat intel, security tools. Again, I would advise you to definitely qualify what job you want after, from the first query, because security monitoring and threat intel, if you want to be a pen tester, you'd be better served spending your time learning about OWASP and exploitation techniques and Metasploit and stuff like that. Some cyber courses for IR, hands-on practice. Very important that you do hands-on practice, so I'm glad ChatGPT's brought that in. They said hands-on with security tools like SIM, IDS, and EDR. Unfortunately, they don't give you, they do give you resources here on learning SIM fundamentals and Splunk-free online training courses. This is a pretty, guys, I was doing this real time with y'all. This is actually really impressive. I'm pleasantly surprised by what I'm getting back from ChatGPT. So not only is it giving you a course structure and a roadmap on how to do it, but it's also giving you the resources that directly support what that part of your training phase is. Now they give you some Reddit stuff in here to get into. Shout out to Reddit r Cybersecurity. I'm a mod on that Reddit channel. This plan can help you break into SOC analyst role in approximately 6 to 9 months. This is very reasonable, guys, by the way. There's no easy button. You don't hit a button in 2 weeks. And this is part of my beef with boot camps in the first place. But 6 to 9 months is reasonable to, if you buckle down and make SOC analyst. You could probably do it a little faster if you really prioritize things. Very impressive. I like it. Very powerful. So let's see if we can actually take it even further, right? Let's say that you're already in the industry and you want to get a promotion, right? So maybe some of those things are great, but you already knocked these out. Let's say I'm in a SOC right now and I want to start down the path of a SOC level 2 analyst. What would I need to do in order to become a SOC level 2 analyst? What sort of material should I familiarize myself with and learn that are essential to SOC level 2 analyst? Let's get that promotion. Look at this. Congratulations on your current role. ChatGPT knows that we were trying to learn and now we say we have the job, so it's given us a hookup. Here are some steps to prepare for that transition. Enhance technical skills. SOC 2 analysts are typically expected to go deeper and have better understanding on all the tech. This is 100% accurate. Now, these are the same resources that ChatGPT provided for the SOC level 1. So maybe it's asking us to revisit it and go deeper, take some more information out of that. But I'm a little disappointed that these aren't more advanced type education resources. Learning incident handling and response. This is true. You go from triaging to actually responding in a more advanced role. They do offer the SANS 508 course. This is probably $8,000. So we didn't qualify ChatGPT to give us free or very affordable, and you can define affordable however you want, courses. So it gives us a SANS course, which, by the way, this absolutely would be a legit course to take. I actually think this is Eric Capuano's course, if I'm not mistaken. And then learn threat hunting. They give you another SANS course on threat hunting, advanced certs. They give you some certs. So if you didn't know which certification would best help you get a job, get that promotion, stuff like that, it lays it out here for you. And then scripting and automation. Guys, I'm really, really impressed. I'm really impressed. This is a very, very good, solid transition plan on how you could get promoted from SOC 1 to SOC 2. So much to the point that literally, these are my first reactions. What this just told me is something that you would typically pay a career coach to tell you on how to do, or a mentor if they were charging something like that. This is a straight roadmap on how to do it. This is brilliant. I mean, obviously you could swap in and out different resources. You could give better free options or more affordable options. There's not one path to get to SOC 2, but this right here is completely legit. I love it. All right, guys. I'm very pleasantly surprised. I'm very impressed. Hopefully you got value out of this video. Obviously hit the like and subscribe below if you did and you want to get more content like this. There's a million videos on the channel. Actually, there's 510 videos on the channel and tons of content. We get together every single weekday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time to do the daily cyber threat briefing. So there's great networking opportunity in there. What I want you to take away though is just realize that ChatGPT isn't just for writing blog posts or writing code and stuff like that. You can literally use it to be a cyber career coach wherever you are in your phase of your journey, whether you're just starting out, you're just trying to figure it out, I love Simply Cyber because it helps me figure out what's going on. Leverage ChatGPT as well. It's a very good resource, and don't believe everything it says. So definitely use it and then validate it, which is a little bit more work, but I mean, hey, you're getting a ton of career coaching here from the AI. So it's very cool. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Hope you got value. And until the next one, stay secure.